さっきまでとは別物ってわけか。
Big 38 up on my body, put him in the sky, you don't need the windows. Send that nigga to the dead for thinking that nigga's pretending. I got 52 shots in this Glock with an infrared up on it, I been feel that off. Straight Subi on the top, yellow tape on his black niggas head off.
One Piece Chapter 1049 has finally dropped, and I'm ready to get right into this review. So apparently in the cover page, Niji and Yonji are free. Since the book was burned, they didn't die. The book was burned, it melted or whatever the heck happened, and now they're free. Finally, we cut back to Luffy versus Kaido, where the clash of haki is fierce, and Luffy is still doing the ball rain gun, and Kaido's doing his ultimate bagua, the whatever that kind of bagua is. And we see that Kaido gets overpowered. He tells Luffy's well played because he stopped the bagua, and then Kaido says you'll never be able to change the world. Luffy's like, hey, I don't know who this man talking to, but we finna slide. You know what I'm saying? On the next page, we finally get to see young Kaido. Look at this man. Look at his kanabo. Look, just take a second to look at his kanabo. But anyway, we get to know that Kaido as a child was a soldier. He's a soldier at 8 years old. He's a soldier. 15, he's a soldier. And that's when he, almost got sold to the world government. Apparently, the king of the Vodka Kingdom wanted a spot at the Reverie, and so he was going to give Kaido over to the world government, so he would be one of their, forces, or whatever you want to call it. Kaido yells that he will not be a bargaining chip for the world government. He's not doing that. You're not turning me over to the world government so they could turn me into one of their personal lapdogs. In the next page, we see Kaido's bounty and everything. Apparently, he likes to get captured so he can get food, because after he escaped and everything else. So when Kaido has been defeated by the Marines, apparently it's because he wanted to get food. It wasn't because they were too strong or anything, because they still couldn't even execute a 15-year-old Kaido. And now we see Kaido finally makes it to the island that Blackbeard is in control of now, but we see a young Kaido at 15 taking over everything. Finally, we get to see more. We finally get some information on what happened, like what the God Valley and everything, and which looks like Whitebeard, but actually the thing that's Big Mom that walks in and says, Kaido, come quick, this is important, we're going to God Valley. And we see everybody talking about the Rocks Pirates are unstoppable and this and that, and we get to see a younger Whitebeard. So I thought Whitebeard actually was a kid, but no, this is a Whitebeard that looks like he's at least in his 20s to 30s, maybe 20s. Most likely it'll be in his 20s, but we get to see Whitebeard in a younger age in his 20s. Prime beard. Stop playing with Prime Beard, bro. And yeah, this is where he says that Rox wants to meet him. So Rox apparently went to seek out Kaido. Kaido didn't go to seek out Rox. Rox went to seek out Kaido. In the next page, we see Big Mom yelling, "Where is Kaido?" And this is where we know that the Rocks Pirates, everybody was for themselves, and we know that Guard beat him apparently. And then they were talking like, "Are you kidding me? Not those monsters." And they were like, the Rocks Pirates are falling. They already know why the Rocks Pirates are falling. And then we get, Kaido starting to get some influence. He has King, everybody else, what I'm saying, in the group and whatnot. But apparently this is before Queen. Then we see the transforming Granny that had the better upgraded fruit upon Clays that tricked Odin in the past. And, we see her, we see Kaido, and he's talking about he's going to make the world revolve around the Rocks Pirates, the former Rocks Pirates. So this chapter is getting crazy. And this is what Kaido decides to show the nobles and whatnot. He's trying to show the nobles that they don't give a damn about. You're not worth anything if you can't fight and win battles. And so Yamato mentions Joyboy. Apparently, Kaido's like, he knows who Joyboy is. And King asks, who is it then? And Kaido's like, apparently Odin wanted to, he was talking about some, apparently Odin wanted to open up wano for Joyboy when he comes at least. And so I don't really know what does he mean by he knows Joy Boy. So in the next page, we see that CP9 guy with the clown mask and everything jump out of the way. He sees this class about to happen. He knows he's in danger. So he gets out of there. We see Luffy. We see Momo saying, Luffy, you better win this. Yamato's yelling, do it, Momo, to put the flame clouds up. Everybody is showing everything. Momo's calling out, please, flame clouds, come forth. And we see everybody in the flower capital throwing up their things and wishing that King and Kaido and Orochi and everything is gone, so Wano could be back peaceful, so they can open the border. This is time to open the border. This is time for Wano to come back. In the next page, we get like a double spread, big wide page of it shows everybody, Raizo and Jinbei and the water's washing all the way down to where everybody else is, and everybody's getting drowned. They're like, where the heck did all this water come from? Because when Zunisha uses that trunk to spray that water, that's a whole wave of water. That's not a little small, that's like a river. That's like a huge river of water, basically. And so it washes everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Fruit users, everybody. Kinemon, Law, everybody. Apu. And it's crazy because I didn't think it was gonna be that much water, but apparently Raizo's scroll can hold some massive quantity. I don't understand it, but it's only making Raizo like my favorite scabbard. In the next page, we finally get confirmation that Orochi's died, but we're gonna get to that. We see Sanji, we see everybody else, we see Denjiro's holding Hiyori, we see that down the second floor, and we see Orochi's head on the ground. Is this actually Orochi dead? Is this actually the final head of Orochi? Yamato no Orochi, and if you know like the mythology or whatnot around it, you know that it's like an 8-headed serpent type deal. Like, I don't really know a lot about it, but I know of it. I know a little bit about it, and so maybe this is Orochi's final head. Orochi is probably gone now. This is it. Orochi is dead. And we cut back to the fight with Luffy versus Kaido. We see that the island is falling. Onigashima, the flame clouds are washed away because of the water, and the Onigashima is falling, and now it's up to Momo. Yamato lets him know, you have to catch this. You have to put the flame clouds up to catch this, or the flower capital is doomed. Everybody who's down below is doomed. And here's back to Luffy versus Kaido. Bam, the clash between Luffy and Kaido. What in the world do you wish to make? Kaido asks Luffy, what kind of world do you wish to make? And on the next page, we see Momo calling flame clouds again. Come on, flame clouds, come on, flame clouds. And he finally gets some flame clouds to come out. And then we get over there back to Luffy versus Kaido, where Luffy attack finally breaks through to Kaido. And this is where Luffy answers Kaido's question of what kind of world do you want to make? A world where my friends can eat as much as they like. That's a world what Luffy wants anyway, but yeah, so a world where his friends can eat a lot, as much as they want apparently. Bam! Luffy sends Kaido flying all the way down into the flower capital. This is where Kaido falls. Is this the end of the Luffy versus Kaido fight? This was a huge amount of haki, and so I just don't know, but Kaido really just got bopped. A Yonko. Remember this, Kaido the Yonko got bopped. And on the next page, it looks like Kaido, his eyes went white. It looks like he was knocked out. Because at the period of time, he said that, who is it? Joy Boy is the man who will be able to beat me one day. And Luffy is Joy Boy. We already confirmed that from Zunisha in the last few chapters. Zunisha says Luffy is Joy Boy. So, and then King's talking about I don't think that he'll ever appear. So, and Onigashima, finally hits the ground. Onigashima hits the ground. Momo carried Onigashima safely to the ground. And he's tired as a mug. So I like this chapter. This chapter turned out real good. So now I have a question for you guys. What do you think about this chapter? Do you really like this chapter? You think this was an okay chapter? If you were rating this chapter from 1 to 10, where would you put this chapter? Me personally, I feel like a lot of stuff happened in this chapter. We've seen a lot of stuff that was good in this chapter. Me personally, I would give this chapter at least an 8. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I really like the fact that Momo made flame clouds. I really like the fact that Kaido's, you know, got bopped, you know, because it's already following that formula, you know, where especially like Doflamingo, it's following that kind of formula. It reminds me of like Doflamingo versus Luffy. And so this is what we get. Kaido is probably defeated. Do you think Kaido is defeated? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I'm gonna keep you guys too long, and I'm out. Peace, guys. Bye.